Welcome back to some new r/malicious compliance stories, where people comply to the letter, but not the spirit of a request. I hope you had a great day. Thanks for all the likes and comments on the last video. And now let's start with the first story. It's called Shredded. I'm a front desk receptionist. One of my jobs is sorting incoming mail and placing it in the correct departmental mail slots. Simple enough. Enter K, a department lead / manager / whatever. She's selectively involved, let's say. After a few months, she walked out of the mailroom, where the fax machine is, handed me some paperwork and asked if I could fax it. I figured she was in a rush, so I said sure. That was a test. From then on, she'd open mail in the mailroom, bring it to me and ask me to fax it, even though the fax machine was literally 15 steps away from where she just came from. Still, I complied. She explained some faxes went into our system automatically and confirmed it was okay to fax documents that included checks. I double-checked. She said yes. Boss leaves, new rules. After my old boss left, suddenly I'm not doing my job. Now I'm told I need to open all of K's mail and forward type B documents, time-sensitive stuff. I document this in my job guide, keep receipts, literally, and move on. Months later, Kay hasn't picked up her mail in 3 weeks. I email her a heads up. Her response? Tell my new manager I'm not doing my job. Again. Now I'm told I also need to scan type A documents, the one with checks. I explain I've been faxing type B like instructed. Even show my guidebook with the note from that conversation. Boss says, no, it's both. So now I'm scanning everything marked type A, including checks. Some of these are for real amounts, like over $200. Normally I'd shred them after scanning, since they contain PII, but this one check feels off. I save it instead of shredding it. 2 weeks later, another manager walks over. Hey, why is this check in the system? Because I was told anything type A gets scanned, then shredded. This one is type A. This is a payment for something already processed. Oh, I didn't know. I'm not on that team. The wording didn't make that clear. We can't cash a photocopy of a check. Good thing I didn't shred this one. Had a feeling it might come up. How many have you shredded? 5 to 7 maybe? Do you have that directive in writing? Sure do. I'll email it. Haven't heard a word since. And guess who still doesn't pick up her own mail or touch the fax machine. But hey, I'm just doing exactly what she told me to do. The next story is called Consultation Group. I used to work in IT at a college. Someone high up decided that the world would be a better place if 2 of our campuses, already only a mile apart, were merged into one shiny new site, just 3 miles away. Some folks had a longer commute, some had a shorter one. Net neutral, right? To make this transition a rousing success, there would be consultations. Everyone would be heard. Each department had to send a rep to the new building consultation group. I tried my absolute best to stay silent. Duck meetings. Disappear. But alas, I got voluntold to represent IT. Mid-level minion, reporting for duty. I didn't want to play pretend in a fake feedback loop, where everything is unforeseeable in hindsight. But hey, if you send a professional fault finder into a consultation, make sure your pen has enough ink. The group was 5 folks from different departments, and Susan from facilities, who had been appointed to run the new build. Apparently, because she books training rooms and orders coffee for events, she was now qualified to manage a multi-million-pound construction project, involving hundreds of staff and thousands of students. First item on the agenda, parking. Already a sore spot, and now made worse because there would be less parking. The solution? Ban student parking. Because nothing says welcome to college like walking a mile in the rain with a backpack and no buses in sight. The logic? Encourage car sharing. And the technological marvel that would solve everything? A number plate recognition gate. Now, I'd stayed quiet up to this point. Half because the meeting was nonsense, and half because I was planning to quit anyway. But now we were talking technology, which is my turf. So I waited while everyone oohed and ahed over how the system would magically know your number plate and lift the gate. Once they were all caught up on the basics, I decided it was time to consult. So, Jen and I carpool every day. She drives. But today her car broke down, so we took mine. What happens when we get to the gate? What do you mean? Well, my number plate isn't in the system. Do we just sit there? You can still add your plate, even if you don't normally drive. Okay, but what if it's an emergency and I didn't? There's a call button. You can talk to someone to get let in. Now let's push that logic a little. So I can just call and say, "Hi, it's me, let me in," and get access to our very limited, carefully controlled car park? Also, you said I could register my number plate. Which one? Which what? Which number plate? I have 2 cars. You do? Yep. Why? Because it's illegal to put the same plate on 2 vehicles. Kind of a thing. Oh, right. So can the system handle more than 1 plate per person? I'll check on that. She makes a note. I reload. Great. And what if my other vehicle is a motorbike? That shouldn't be a problem. Well, the camera is on the gate, looking at the front of the vehicle, right? Yes. Motorbikes don't have front number plates. I'll check that too. She scribbles another note and immediately wraps up the meeting due to time. A few weeks later, someone casually mentioned there had been another consultation group meeting. I wasn't invited. Mission accomplished. The last story is called Review Every Letter. This was back in the last century, when letters were still made of paper, sent via actual mail, and written by humans holding pens. I was just starting out in my career, full of energy and ideas. My boss was full of something else entirely. Let's call him Controlling Mac Control Face. One day he got upset over a letter I'd sent. Not because it was wrong, because it wasn't, but because he doesn't like not being in total control. His solution? From now on I want to review and approve every letter before it goes out. Sure thing, boss. Now, my role involved a lot of relationship building. It was both professional and polite to thank people frequently. Vendors, colleagues, partners, you name it. And if Bossman wanted to review every letter, great. Let's get grateful. I began sending thank you letters. A lot of them. Each one was original, thoughtful, at least 2 paragraphs, packed with heartfelt gratitude and detailed descriptions of what I appreciated. I wrote them for every tiny gesture. Thank you for that informative phone call yesterday. Your insights were as sharp as your punctuality. I really appreciated you forwarding that memo. It helped me finalize the report that everyone's been raving about. And, oh yes, I used each letter to subtly highlight my successes, which my boss otherwise ignored, and to quote the glowing things people from other locations had said about my work. And every single one crossed his desk for approval. Weeks passed. The letters kept coming. I stayed relentlessly positive. His willpower did not. Eventually he caved. He called me in and, with the wariness of a man who had read one too many metaphors about teamwork and fax machines, said, "It's fine, you don't need to get the letters approved anymore." Naturally, I thanked him, verbally. No paperwork required. Thanks for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. Also, if you want to support me further, check out the channel membership or Patreon. And now, I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.